Hey Fast Fellas, Speed Demon here. Welcome to a brand new series where we're going to be doing some replay review. So, in either wins or losses, what we're going to be doing is just going over different situations and how to get better and also learning from different mistakes. That's going to be the main theme in a particular episode like today's. So, one of the first things is just being aware of possession, right? So, their recoveries are going to be difficult, so it's not really the best of touches. That's a pretty good setup there, and obviously works out for the goal. But just have to be a bit more careful to make sure that recoveries are always the focus, especially when you're in the opponent's area of the corner. Kickoff recoveries is another weak point, so that really comes from particularly doing that second flip right by the ball there. It kind of forces me into a bad spot. This is a good bit of defense here, and then also tripping up the opponent here gives me plenty of time. Not the best recovery, but still gets me a goal, so not too bad. Bit of a difficult kickoff there. I struggle a lot with regards to speed flip kickoffs. That should have been a goal for him, but he missed that. Another thing too is I'm also in the bad habit of doing a lot of flipping when I don't really need to. He had a shot opportunity, missed that. So here, just try to take my time a little bit. I can see that he's going all the way to his goal there, so I have plenty of time to make a push here if I need to. I can see here, obviously, he used a lot of boost there on the push, so that gives me plenty of time to get set up for a position that I want and to be getting kind of into a recovery position. There, of course, just low boost, had to recover quickly, took both the mid and our front post boost, so that's pretty perfect here. This gives us a little bit of time to take the pressure off. Not really a good push there, going straight on like that. It's hard to get a visual of him. Usually when I come around to the side, a slight diagonal is better. The idea for this touch was correct, but the execution was not. So there, you want to bring it to the corner, but a slightly softer touch is a little bit safer. Because it bounced off the wall, he had time to make a push for it. Same thing here. Didn't really have control of the ball, so any decent attacker is going to see that and just make a push. The theme I've noticed in this particular game is that my opponent likes to commit a lot. So when you see that opponents have certain habits, unless they're changing their habits mid-game, you can kind of take advantage of that. So here, same thing. Like, he makes a lot of committed plays. Here, just take a 50. Don't give him a lot of free space here. And then same thing here. I don't really get the touch here, but I am able to get focused into a recovery position. He should have made a push here, but did not. I can see here that I have plenty of time to make a nice little defensive move here. Did not need to touch this ball that way. That just gave me a really bad setup. And then same thing here. Jumped too early, did not have a clean setup. And that should have been a goal. Unfortunately for him, it was not. But in this case, it's just awareness, right? It's just awareness of how your touches are going and being able to take control of the touch instead of just booming it. Unfortunately, I kind of caught the lip there of the front post, so made it awkward. He gets a good demo here. Unfortunately, he kind of like booms the ball in the process, so he doesn't really get any real benefit from that. Here, there was no benefit. I kind of pre-jumped thinking he was going to touch a high. It didn't do anything, so easy goal for him. It's kind of a dumb play. My thought going into this kickoff is I need to win this kickoff. So I end up actually getting it to win left, which is good. It means I have a little bit of pressure I can kind of build up here. I'm trying to work on that type of technique where you're doing a neutral jump as you're going upside down there. They recover a little bit faster off the wall. Here, I actually get a nice little setup here. And again, actually make a pretty decent use of neutral jumps there. Neutral jumps are very, very helpful, especially because a lot of opponents aren't necessarily expecting them in that kind of low diamond, high plat range in 1v1s. Should have had a gold there. He misses that as well. And then here, he honestly should have scored. He should have made any effort to make a goal. I guess he was making a couple more mistakes than I was here. And then I end up scoring a goal out of it. It should have been a 3-2 swing instead of a 4-1, but we take those. Recovery is a little slow off this one, so I can see he's going to end up getting a benefit. So I want to basically stall for time, bring it to his corner, and then go back and get my corner boost. That way I have some time to react. I have a little bit of boost as a cushion. I can see here that he doesn't have control. So you have to kind of watch for the way he's cutting. Here, same thing. Just try to get a control touch that I like. I could have actually shot if I kind of put it a little more to the right, but that's okay. The pressure is still there. And here I kind of had to pinch it against the wall there because I saw he was going to end up covering the shot, so I had to go to the side of it. If you set it up correctly, you can get a goal, but it can otherwise just be something that he defends. There, just kind of cut it to a slight little touch there, and then end up getting a goal, so that part works out. Next thing here is he does kind of bump me a little bit. Doesn't really do much because I'm able to hold power slide a little bit, so it's just making it so my recovery is a little bit easier. And lastly, just get a nice little touch here and then bring it in for the goal. That basically ends up kind of just finishing the game at that point. What I do want to say is I want to thank you so much for watching. This is my first ever long-form content in this particular channel, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. If you got any feedback, please let me know in the comments below. Speed Demon out.